WMBF News at 6.
A cold case no more.
New at 6, how deputies found those believed to be responsible for a man's 2002 murder. It's been 7 months since National Guardsmen from all over the country came here to help with rescue efforts during Hurricane Florence. More increases could be coming to your utility bill next year. Barr back in the hot seat today as his budget hearing gave way to more questions about special counsel Robert Mueller's report. It's family owned, and they hope you give them a try when they open soon. Here's tonight's This is Carolina. Hey, good evening, guys. You can see the last of the people starting to trickle out behind me. Hey, Caitlin and Eric, it has been an extremely busy day for Horry County authorities. I'm going to first give you a little background. And they've been part of rescues all weekend long. You say yesterday, though, was your busiest day. It didn't take long to find something here in Lumberton. As soon as we got here, this is what we were greeted by. You can already see a road washed out here. People who didn't even know him, friends, family, co-workers, law enforcement from across the state, across the country came here to honor their fallen comrade. Overall, it was sold out. 800 tickets gone, even a waiting list, we're told.
You've been waiting a long time for this day to arrive, Meredith.
I have, Eric, and you know, you left something off of that list: music, good time, golf. You left off sunshine. We have this beautiful sunshine this year that we haven't had in a couple of years. Last year even getting canceled, which I know was tough on all the volunteers, all the people here. And I have Matt Jones with me right now, who is in charge of all the volunteers at Monday after the Masters. It's a great day to be here.
It is. It's beautiful.
First, breaking news at 6 o'clock. Authorities continue to investigate a triple homicide in Chesterfield County.
The Chesterfield County Sheriff's Office says 3 people were killed during a shooting along Society Hill Road. The picture Hopkins paints in that letter of more than a dozen officers in military gear ambushing his home is drastically different from the accounts of officers who were there and those who investigated the shooting.
Richland County Sheriff
Chief Cribb says the cause of the fire remains under investigation, but arson is not suspected. What you need for golf is pretty simple, right? Just a ball and a club, but the sport can be intimidating, I'd say so. It takes a lot of focus.
Yeah, you need your patience as well.
WMBF News Florence reporter Nia Watson was the only local television reporter there.
Yeah, and Nia, this was the
I scream, you scream, we all scream for ice cream, right? I want some ice cream. Today is free cone day at 5 Ben & Jerry's locations.
Yum. Stormy start to your weekend.
But before that, as meteorologist Robert Whitehurst explains, we're looking ahead to another round of sunny, beautiful weather for tomorrow.
And down.
Yep, here we go.
Exactly. At least a couple days here this year. Any showers are gone by 9 to 10.
First clear day in 3 years. My fingers are crossed.
Yes, keep them crossed.
Meredith is also here. Meredith, how's the weather happening and going for you?
Oh, no complaints here, right, Lauren?
Not at all. Weather's gorgeous.
Weather is absolutely gorgeous. You can see now we have this nice breeze coming in that's kind of balancing off this hot sunshine that we have this year, which we are so thankful for.
Absolutely.
And this is Lauren Johnson, who's with me today, and she has a pretty cool job. She's a volunteer. She's in charge of the leaderboard.
Absolutely.
So we want to know, how do you make sure that everyone's in the right spot? Who's in the lead with this huge course here at the Die Course?
Definitely never a dull moment over at the leaderboard.
You know, you mentioned we got to talk to some pretty cool people out here on the golf course today while they were teeing off, while they were hanging out. We spoke to the caddy for Darius Rucker. Her name is Emma Charles, and she is a senior at Hartsville High School. They got 3 holes in, I think, before they said, no, we can't do this anymore. And then now a beautiful day, just a light breeze that's coming in. You can see behind us there's not much going on. That's because everything wrapped up pretty much at 5 o'clock. It's a description many people are echoing today. He was a police officer, a public servant, also a friend, a brother, a father, and today all the people that are honoring him, a hero. Thanks for joining us for this special edition of WMBF News. I'm Meredith Helline, and this morning a community from all over has been coming together to honor the life of Sergeant Terrence Caraway. And they started with what they said was Terrence Caraway's favorite song about taking a stand for who you are and what you believe in. And our Patrick Wood was also inside the funeral this afternoon. He has more on how the funeral went of this decorated officer. Patrick.
Meredith.
Good evening, Eric, and that's exactly what kind of day it was. This parking lot here at the Florence Center was packed today as thousands of people went into the Florence Center to honor Sergeant Terrence Caraway. His visitation, his public viewing started at 9 o'clock this morning. It was followed at noon with a funeral service, and we've been here all day. We had a live show at 11 o'clock today, and even more of you watched from home, watching that show as people who didn't even know him, friends, family, co-workers, law enforcement from across the state, across the country came here to honor their fallen comrade. Now we have team coverage tonight from across the area. good enough to produce thousands of extra pounds of cotton, still being used and woven into tokens of gratitude. Meredith Helline explains in tonight's This is Carolina. There's probably no one that understands the seasons
We've been growing cotton for a long, long time.
like a farmer.
My granddad's family was from Dillon County. He would run his route through this area working for Armour Meat Company. He saw one of the local farms here and just had a real impressive tobacco crop on it. He bought it in 1960, so we've been here ever since.
4,550 acres.
Here we go.
As far as these little eyes can see.
I passed you.
Tate and twins Tobin and Tyson are weaved in Woodard family farm tradition.
Ty would always joke saying that I was a city girl.
But the family matriarch,
But I've definitely done and seen and been a part of things that no longer qualify me as a city girl.
is growing a new crop on the farm.
That was about December of 2017. The Lord just really gave us a vision for making blankets from our cotton.
100% Woodard cotton blankets.
We have put our hands to each and every one of them.
Darlington County, South Carolina made.
It really was just a natural thing of like something that already is just a part of our home.
100% from the heart.
We call it cotton with a cause. Just taking it further than ourselves. And so it's really just been a fun journey.
A story unlike many others. While at Tracy's parents, Tobin, 3 months old at the time, spiked a high fever. It got worse overnight and was admitted to the Children's Hospital the next day.
It wasn't long that he was there, maybe even within an hour or so, that they did a spinal tap and found that he had bacterial meningitis. And so the type of bacteria that he had is a pretty destructive one.
On Christmas Eve, Tobin underwent brain surgery.
We really just celebrated that Christmas with just more joy than we had ever had before because he came out of surgery and he was doing great.
Tobin was in the hospital 35 days. Doctors told the family his illness could keep him from developing past 3 months old. But like a Woodard in a tough season, they kept their faith.
And right before we left the hospital, he had another MRI. He had so many tests and procedures and different things along the way. And the neurologist looked at us and he was like, "This is a miracle."
All right, let Tobin get in front of you.
Thankful for Tobin's health, the family didn't forget the blanket that wrapped them in comfort and care.
Our first nurse there, she gave us a blanket. So that's even how all of this came to be too, is that connection with a nurse that we didn't know beforehand, and she just gave our family a gift of a blanket. And it was a reminder of the Lord just covering us and taking care of us during that time.
5,000 pounds of Woodard cotton
They just get better the more you wash them and use them.
is weaved through these beautiful cotton blankets to cover others.
When this all came to be and we were just thinking about a way to make that come full circle, for every 10 that we sell, we donate one to the Children's Hospital.
Tobin is happy and healthy, keeping up with his sassy twin sister and older brother, like nothing ever slowed him down.
You're not riding that gator without me.
They're learning the twist of the yarn the way they know the turns of their land, like the seasons and the farm. The blankets are not part of who they are. From the cotton gin to the spinner, the thread plier and the weaver, each is part of their story.
And that's, really part of being a farmer is just being resilient.
With your good news from Darlington County, I'm Meredith Helline.